Hi guys, I'm Shmee. Hello to you. Welcome back to the channel where today you join me for something a little bit different. I'm in Billund, Denmark, and behind me is LEGO House, the home of the famous Danish toy brick maker. Today though, they're revealing the outrageous LEGO Technic Bugatti Chiron. Let's head inside, have a look at the reveal, and then check out the 1:8 scale Chiron that technically we could all buy. Where do we begin then? We've got the full 1:1 scale Chiron right here, the launch specification in the dual tone blue paintwork, and alongside it on the pedestal, the brand new LEGO Technic model. So I'm going to come back in a second and talk a lot more about this car, the 1,500 horsepower W16 monster that it is. A car I've been lucky enough to drive before now, but of course we're here today as part of the launch of this, the LEGO Technic Bugatti Chiron, the 1/8 scale car that is made out of 3,600 pieces, all of which are actually parts that have pre-existed in the LEGO Technic catalogue, except for the wheels. The wheels wearing low-profile tyres, but it has parts that open, the bonnet, the doors, the pistons work in the W16 engine. There's a speed key that will put it into handling mode, where the wing raises up at the back as well. But you can see it is all matched off the original colour, the paintwork of the two different types of pieces as well on the car. It's very, very fun, and it's on sale right now, £329.99. But this is a bit of fun. I mean, car fans, young and old, all seem to get behind the LEGO products, so it's awesome to be here at LEGO House and see the unveiling of it and see it in person. And underneath the bonnet, by the way, there is actually a unique plaque as well. We'll head around and have a look at some of the parts that are in the display boxes in a second. But here we have the full-scale Bugatti Chiron, which is still such an astonishing masterpiece. Top speed, 420 kilometers per hour. 0 to 100, just 2.4 seconds. 0 to 200 is just 6.1 seconds. All-wheel drive, quad-turbo, W16 8-litre engine. Massive, massive power, massive torque out of this thing, and an incredible speed as well. It can go all the way, well, in excess of 400. The speedometer on the dashboard actually goes to over 500. Around us, we've got the various parts. So the boxes, it comes in this display box. If we can just peek around here, you can have a look at that with the wheels on display, the special wheels made for the car, including a display book as well. And that's quite a nice photo of the LEGO model with perspective in front of the real car, sitting here with its wing down. Of course, it launched a couple of years ago. I think they've already sold and delivered 100 Chirons to customers, which is kind of crazy already that they're all out there, customers doing them in all sorts of different colour combinations, specifications. You can have different parts in carbon fibre exposed bodywork, but the wheels on the model completely actually match the wheels on the real car. And you can see here a little bit of what goes on inside. You've got the engine, which I think if you rotate it, you see the pistons moving inside it. Wow, that actually looks really complicated. No doubt this will take quite a few days to actually build, not something you just make overnight. And then the car in the display box right here in all its glory. Now, excuse me for being a nerd, but this is a 56 centimetre long LEGO model. Which one of us did not play with LEGO when we were younger? I actually have a mad craving for one of these. They gifted us a wheel as part of coming here to take part in the event, but I'm gonna have to get myself one too, just to spend a couple of days building it if I can find the time around the travel. But the tan interior, it also has steering that works, suspension that works, all sorts of different parts. Completely, I think, perhaps over the top, but that's half the fun of it, isn't it?
It does have the opening doors. It also has the opening bonnet in front.
That's nice, with the plaque inside it.
Yes,
That's the
small travel bag also.
A little bit of luggage space.
Yeah. And then of course it has the steering wheel, so it steers.
Yeah.
And it also has the gear shifter.
Ah, because it has the paddle shifts as well, doesn't
forward,
it?
neutral, and reverse.
Okay.
And you have the paddle shift here to switch to the sequential gearbox also.
Ah, very nice.
And then of course the piston engine in the back.
Okay, you can see that from outside.
Which doesn't open, this part doesn't open.
Yeah.
And then with the key you can raise the...
yeah, so you put a key, where does the key go in?
It goes in here, I think.
Okay.
We don't have the key here, so I can't show you.
And then you turn it and the wing would come up. A bit like putting in the top speed key in the real car. Perfect. Super cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
When you're facing the eyes of the Chiron, and they talked a lot about this when the car was launched. Well, firstly, you have the very distinct horseshoe grille at the front, which is also on the front of the model. But the headlights themselves, you've got 4 lights on each side, very bright eyes of the car, 4 being a significant number here because the car also has 4 turbos. It's a quad turbocharged engine, double 4 and you get the 8-litre engine, quadruple 4 and you get the W16, the 16 cylinders that it has also, but highlighted with the silver accenting trim in between the two different blues as you come around, and at the side you have this very distinct C shape. Of course the other way on the other side, but the longest single piece of chrome I think that is used on any car anywhere out there, and a piece that you can have in different colours to distinguish or configure a Bugatti Chiron. It has ginormous brakes. Just look at the size of the discs actually as we walk around here. Obviously the real car is slightly different to the model car, but when you're driving the real car, they're all left-hand drive. The key, the top speed key, is down to the left side of the driver's seat, which you just sort of put it in, turn it, and then you can put the car into top speed mode. There are also the options to put it into handling mode. You have the toggle on the steering wheel. We'll head round just in a second actually. Around at the back it has the ginormous light strip that runs the full width across the back there. If you're wondering, it's sitting on a trickle charger here, just to make sure that the electronics all stay fully powered, but the engine exposed there at the back. You can see the covers over the top, just underneath the back, where it's slightly covered up for aerodynamics, but you've got that centre strip that runs across the length and over the roof and also continues around the inside as well. And the seat that you can see just floating around the inside between the seats. The steering wheel, like I mentioned, has on it the toggle to go through the different driving modes, the different sportier or comfort modes, depending how you want to be driving the car. But this is, well, a €2 million and a bit car, shall we say. So if that's slightly out of reach, maybe the 300 odd pounds of LEGO Technic model is slightly more sensible. Nonetheless, it's a huge project to have made this. They've been working on it for about 2 years to accurately model the real car into the 1/8 scale model of it. 56 centimeters long, 14 centimeters tall. It's a proper sizable thing. It's not just a little model. There was already the Speed Champions, the small Lego model of the Chiron, and then they went and made it now in the full LEGO Technic version, so the most challenging, so to speak, the most technical product that they do in terms of the different parts. And you can see around the front the way the horseshoe grille is made. Actually, I quite like how that's done with the silver piping that's bent around and attached into the different holders. But the headlights, the 4 lights matching the real car. The lines that you can see used for the outside of the bonnet to give it its shape. The wheels with the low profile tyres that we talked about, and the door mirrors on the side. And then the C, that iconic C, it's painted on around those side parts, but it goes around the top and rear, the A pillar, and down the B pillar as well. Just looking in close. And then the light at the back, I hadn't really thought about how they'd done that also, but just as exposed around the back, you can see where the cooling would be, the exhaust pipes down at the bottom. It's a nice little touch as well going on there. Nerd fest here. This is absolutely awesome. But you can now have one of those. So I've got a LEGO Mini actually, unsurprisingly, given I used to own a 1:1 scale old Mini, which wasn't quite a Bugatti Chiron, but I have the LEGO Mini to match it. Happily get one of these. Question is, how does one get one of those to match it? Probably don't, but do get the opportunity to film it here and take you on a walk around. I have ventured my way into the shop where right here we have the Chiron. Now I would definitely buy this right now if I could take it on the aeroplane, but unfortunately the box is a little bit big to do so. But this is their second project of this type. The first was the 911 GT3 RS, the Porsche that came out about 2 years ago, 2016, and there were pictures of those absolutely everywhere when it launched. It was a very, very popular car. I think the Chiron is a very popular car as well, so it should be rather similar. But an interesting thing about LEGO boxes, just like real cars, if you buy one and don't actually drive it, or in this case, if you buy it and don't even open it, they actually become quite collectible things in the future, investment almost. I think that's a crying shame though. If you buy one, you should definitely go out and build it, just like if you have a Chiron, you should go and drive the car itself. But kind of tempting now to jump on board with one of those maybe. And down here we have the Speed Champions, the smaller cars, so the Ferrari Formula 1 cars, the Porsche 919 Le Mans car, a couple of other race cars and things in that series, the Speed Champions Chiron, and the McLaren 720S as well. Porsches too. Okay, this is a complete toy car fest right now. I've got this one. I've got the Ford GT and the Ford GT40 package that you can have, as well as they also did a P1 LaFerrari and 918 multi-packs too. Just a bit of fun. Back here, not only do we have a steering wheel, the carbon fibre steering wheel, where you can actually see the different controls for the driving modes and the engine start button down on the lower right side, but we also have the top speed key, the Chiron key, which magnetizes into a holder that you have down, as I mentioned, to the side of the seat. But that is the key that gives you the top speed, or in the LEGO case, that's the equivalent of the key that will put the wing up on the back of the car. We've also got one of the brake calipers as well, ginormous things for the Chiron. Well, a slightly unusual one for me, but hey, what's not to love? The Bugatti Chiron, a hugely popular car, an incredible car to actually drive, and now, as well as the full-size one, we also have the LEGO Technic model. So a big thanks to both Bugatti and LEGO for inviting me today to come and have a look at the unveiling of this, but also here at LEGO House, the home of LEGO that recently opened, which is a huge interactive experience venue with a lot going on and an awful lot of bricks that we're going to go and explore as well. I'll pop a link down below if you're interested in that one. Unfortunately, I can't pop a link down below for one of those. You'll have to go and check out the Bugatti website if you'd like to see more. One of those, though, is available for you right now. This wasn't a branded placement, by the way. I just think it's really cool that LEGO have made the Chiron. Anyway, that's it for this time. Thank you very much, as always, for watching, guys, and I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers!